So something I've been thinking about a lot this week is my hair, or lack thereof, and what losing it over the years has taught me about myself. So growing up, my hair has always been a topic of conversation. When I was born, it was bright red, and over the years, it evolved to this like strawberry blonde. And in the early 2000s, strawberry blonde was the shit. If you had strawberry blonde hair, you were killing it. So every adult in my life always told me, never dye your hair, it's so beautiful, so luscious, blah, 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 blah. I didn't really give a shit at the time. I was like, whatever, this is my head, and I don't like it because I want to look like Hilary Duff. It wasn't until I started to like explore my sexuality that I started to make that connection with my hair being a way of outwardly expressing who I am. As I continued to explore that and learned and became more comfortable with the fact that I was in fact a lesbian, I cut my hair short. And that was a really gender affirming moment for me. So, you know, that was one of many steps along the way of me learning that I'm trans. So the hair thing has always been a thing. It was at the point 2 years into my transition that I was really starting to look masc and passing, and I was really confident in how I looked, and I still had all my hair. It was only shortly after that I was really feeling that confidence that I started to notice it falling out. And unfortunately for me at the time, I was with somebody who really put a lot of emphasis on looks, and hair being one of those. And so I was already anxious losing my hair for my own reasons, but now I had this external source telling me that like, basically I'm gonna be really ugly when I lose it all. And that's hard and that's really scary. So I explored every avenue I could. I did minoxidil, I did finasteride, I did the massaging with the thing to promote blood flow. I did whatever I could, and it didn't seem like it was doing anything. And I think the reason that it wasn't was because I wasn't fully committed to doing the thing. For me at that point, I think I was doing it for someone else, more so than I was for myself. So what happened? I was feeling really, really small and shitty about myself. How did I get over that? Well, A, I got rid of that person who made me feel small and stupid and ugly. But B, I did a lot of work on myself. I've grown a lot as a person, and I think that in growing as a person and learning to accept who I am and becoming more comfortable with everything like that, I think it makes it a lot easier to sort of just accept what you look like, whether you're trans or not. As your body changes in ways that you don't really have control over, you sort of have to like surrender to it. It's a difficult thing to do because you're used to just being this youthful, beautiful, hair-having person, and all of a sudden that's not really the case anymore. You can't control how many wrinkles you have or where your hairline ends up or anything like that. But what's really helped me to be okay with being a bald guy is not only like the personal self-growth and everything, of course, important, but also the people I surround myself with. My partner has always loved my bald head. In a million years would never make me feel like I'm anything less than for being a bald man. Now, I'm not over my fear of being bald. I still struggle with insecurities about showing my bald head. If I'm going out into the world, I'm usually like, oh, I should put a hat on, and sometimes I have to make the conscious decision not to in order to practice being okay with it. Another thing that's really helped me to be okay with being bald is looking at other bald people. Look at Stanley Tucci. He's like the coolest bald dude. Like, you can be bald and very cool because being bald has nothing to do with who you are at your core. I'm not just a bald dude. I'm also not just a trans dude. I'm also not just a videographer. I'm not just one thing at all. That goes for more than just what's on your head. That goes for the weight on the scale, your body, your arms, your midsection, your butt, your legs. Your body is gonna change every day that you're alive. Yes, there are things that you can do to control your appearance. There's Botox, there's the gym, there's X, Y, and Z. It doesn't matter, right? I could get a wig. I even explored, my God, I forgot about this. I even explored getting a fucking toupee. Are you kidding me? Imagine me with a fucking toupee. Are you kidding? But it is very helpful to remember that this is just what I look like right now. I remind myself of this when I'm struggling with my weight or, you know, my body and my muscles and my things. At 30 years old, I am learning to just surrender to the fact that I am ever changing. Internally, emotionally, and physically. I'm always gonna be changing, and all of us are always gonna be changing. It feels like such a big deal, but it's really not. Another thing that's really helped me to be okay with it is just relating to other people. I know like we all understand that male pattern baldness is a thing and we go through it and blah, 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 but it helps to really like connect with people that you know or respect or understand who are going through something similar to you, because it does feel kind of isolating, especially when you didn't prepare for it. I had been doing all the research pre-T, like what's gonna happen, side effects, what's my body gonna be like, how am I gonna react emotionally, blah, 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 blah. And for some reason, losing my hair never showed up in my search results. Now, I'm sure it did, but I did not consider it, even though growing up, my dad got a hair transplant because every single man in my family has no hair. So I should have seen it coming, but I didn't. I'm happier than I've ever been in my life. And it's not because I'm bald that I'm happier than I've ever been, but I'm in a place in my life where I've worked pretty hard to be as happy as I am with myself now. And I think that that's just like an endless journey of life. And if I can be the happiest I've ever been with no hair, then that's fine. I'll take no hair. So that's it. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye.